let's talk about January 31st. We've had so many requests to talk about this. It's halftime heat. This is such a big deal. It's a match from the WWF happening in the middle of the Super Bowl. Of course, it's not the actual Super Bowl. You had to change channels, but still, don't watch the silly halftime show. Flip it over here and watch halftime heat. The Rock is going to defend his world title against Mankind. And of all things, an empty arena match.
You're
And
welcome.
in 99, that felt like a really big deal. Now it's called Monday. Um, Tell me what you remember about halftime heat, whose idea it was, how it came to be, and what you thought of the actual execution here.
Well, the opportunity arose to do something. There was, I believe it was MTV that might have done it first, that put on alternate musical act and a different show that was advertised. Hey, this is not going to start until the Super Bowl goes into halftime. But over here, there you can watch Madonna or whoever. But over here, we've got Aerosmith, we've got the Rolling Stones. It was interesting. So why not play into that and work with our partners to try to say, hey, let's grab some of that audience that's watching the Super Bowl that may not be interested in what they have during halftime, because that could be a time that people get up and go and shit and fart and get some more pizza and beer. Let's give them something else to watch. Help that, we taped it. Obviously, we didn't have to sit there and wait and go live and worry about those cues. We taped it, made it perfect. But I thought it was a hell of an idea, and it was something that I thought worked really well. The empty arena match was something that had been done in Memphis with Jerry Lawler and Terry Funk. My eye! Good God, Lance, my eye! Your mother's a whore, Lawler. Egg sucking dog. So it was something that had been done before, and thought it was the perfect foil for Mick and Rock.
It's really a cool innovation. It's not really an innovation, as you sort of alluded to. It's the old Terry Funk, Jerry Lawler, but there's a whole generation of folks who never saw it. What did Vince think of an empty arena match?
Uh, well, back in the day, it was called WCW, but just thought, well, it was a different presentation, and we were able to dress it up enough that you tell the story of why it was an empty arena match. And the reason it was an empty arena match was so there wouldn't be any interference, and just make this between these two. And it's so heated situation. I don't know. I loved it. I loved it because it was a little bit nostalgic for me, and having loved the Lawler Terry Funk deal. And I really did want to get, and Mick did too. We wanted to get an homage to Terry Funk in there somehow, some way. So it was fun. I just thought it was a great idea that people in this generation, certainly on a national level, had never seen before.
It is kind of fun. You've got Vince on commentary for quote unquote heat, which is obviously not the norm. Why did Vince feel like he should do commentary, just to explain the storylines and nobody can sell it quite like he can? Or what's the thinking?
Well, that, and also, you've got the corporation here, and Rock being a part of that, and be able to put that heel character, Mr. McMahon, out there. Plus, it lended a bit of credibility to the match, that if you were going to get some outside of our norm viewers on a Sunday afternoon or Sunday early evening that are tuning in to sample this, that don't want to watch football, and they're clicking through seeing what's on, and all of a sudden you've got these two guys beating the shit out of each other in an empty arena. Vince helped in that regard with that character.
The funny thing in this whole commentary is when The Rock takes a swig of Jack Daniels. McMahon claims that's not real liquor. The Rock doesn't drink. It's just fucking hilarious. There is
but in reality, it probably fell out of JR's bag, but
he drinks Crown Royal. Everybody listening to this knows
he'll
that.
drink whatever the fuck you got.
All right, let's run a timeout right now. What's the heat with JR?
No heat with JR. I love JR. I love busting his balls, but I love JR. There is absolutely less than zero heat with JR. Love him to death. Always have and always will.
At one point,
I just like fucking with him.
Oh, I know. He likes fucking with you back. At one point, Mankind rolls down 40 rows of seats. This is the big spot. Does anybody try to talk him out of that, as best you recall?
Not necessarily talk him out of it, but just wonder how the fuck are you going to accomplish this? Because it was ugly. It was ugly. And just, man, that's hard to do. Go down, taking bumps down steps and through all that shit. You just don't know. And Mick takes those awkward, crazy bumps that makes it even better in so many ways. And it was just be careful. He assured everybody he knew what the hell he was doing, when in reality, he probably didn't. But that's the mystique of Mick Foley.
Let's get back to the show. They've got a food fight. This feels like, this has got Bruce Prichard all over it. Is it Bruce who loves the food fight shit, or is it Vince?
Oh no, it's Vince. Vince loves him some food fighting. If there is any scene that goes through any place that has food and beverage, that shit's going to be used.
It's remarkable that Vince is enamored with it. Now listen, there's been a lot of criticism over the years, and it even happens a little in this match. Guys are selling shots from popcorn. Now I understand at a live event.
Have you ever fucking been hit with a bag of popcorn?
At least once a year.
Okay. Well, sometimes that shit gets in your eye. And like, if you get hit with the edge of a kernel, it could cause a very, very bad scratch that could possibly get infected if you scratched it too much and that salt gets under your skin.
It's the worst.
The worst is right.
Let me ask legitimately, was there any sort of, are guys just like, ha ha in the back, or if there's some old timers who are like, what the fuck is this?
It was an empty arena. There was no one there to sell.
God damn it, Bruce. You know what I mean? When you're selling popcorn, why are you being so difficult?
Hey, well, okay. Also, see, this is the other thing that we didn't get a reveal, was inside that popcorn bag was 2 pounds of lead.
Okay. Thank you. Listen, say that on the fucking show next time you have somebody sell mashed potatoes. Okay. These mashed potatoes have gluten. I don't know. He's got an allergy. God damn it.
Oh my God. It's full of gluten.
He's covered in gluten, as God is my witness.
Good God. Those are peanut butter cookies and he's got allergies.
That's at least something, Hey, so the most criticized thing of the whole match though, is the silly angle when they use a forklift and they've got beer kegs on a forklift. Mankind magically knows how to work a forklift, and he's going to lower these onto Rock's chest. They're not going to show the impact, of course. What they are going to show though is a camera angle where the camera is on the forklift coming down at the Rock, and the Rock was, selling it big, as you might imagine, but Mankind was pretty critical of that shot and said he thought it ruined the whole thing. What'd you think of that last shot that has now become, I don't know, debated? Maybe that's the right word.
Yeah, it gets into essentially, what do you like? And what I mean by that is it's entertainment.
Right.
So you can suspend your disbelief and just sit back and enjoy it. Who the fuck cares where the camera came from? It's another angle. It's something else. And people forget sometimes that we're entertainment and you can take liberties. So to me, that's just it's another way to present what the hell we're doing. And didn't bother me.